Hi everyone, hope everyone is fine and everyone is doing good. Me also fine. Now let us talk few things or few minutes about this session. So we have come through a big duration, almost like 3 to 4 months, where we covered some 4 chapters. So in that, the very first chapter, that is electrostatics, we discussed, in which you felt little difficulty. So I thought to discuss few questions based on the electrostatics so that you will get better idea about how to solve the questions related to that. So this complete session is all about the revision, or better to say numerical discussion based on the electrostatics. So I will try to discuss some 4 to 5 all questions like expected type of questions in the entrance. So please understand them, and I will give the assignment based on the similar kind. So if you do that assignment, then definitely you will get confidence, and then definitely you feel better. But one important thing, if you simply attend the class, it will become tough for you again, because you have to revise everything. Let us take it in 4 sessions. 4 classes. First one about Coulomb's law and electric field. Revise everything related to it. Formula, what is the concept, what is the definition, everything. Charge, Coulomb's law, field. Second one, Gauss's law, flux, electric flux and Gauss's law. Third one, related to electrostatic potential. And the last one, capacitors. So let us divide into 4 sessions, and on the 5th class I will give you one full assignment based on the full complete electrostatics, so that you can check, and I will also understand like to what extent you can solve the questions related to electrostatics, especially related to entrance point of view. So that's why. So that is the reason why I thought to revise these things. So please take care of one thing, that revise. And every day, whatever questions I will discuss, means every class, 4 or 5 or 6. So you first solve those questions, write the solutions on a paper, then attempt the assignment. Combined solution you have to send to me. So that is the thing. Please don't forget. Right? So in that way, let us start one question. So I know you are going through one hectic schedule. So please motivate yourself, be positive yourself, because the situation is not at all good, and let us pray for everything to be alright as soon as possible. Okay? So now, let's take the very first question. What is the question given? Always concept, logic, sometimes calculation, everything is needed. You have to go through in that way. Let's take 5 balls numbered 1 to 5 are suspended using separate threads. So there are 5 threads, 5 balls suspended separately through 5 different strings. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What else they have given is, here pairs. Which pairs? 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 1. So electrostatic attraction. So between these pairs there is an electrostatic attraction. Then immediately you should understand one concept that like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. So here 1, 2, 2, 4 and 4, 1 must be opposite. Yes or no? No. Like this combination when you take, this should be like opposite. Unlike charges, then only attraction is possible. Then the other two pairs like 2, 3 and 4, 5, they are showing repulsion. So they must be like charges. Therefore ball 1 must be, they are asking about ball 1 charge. So what are the possible options if you take? Either positive or negative or neutral. Anything is possible. The body may be neutral or the body may possess some charge, either positive or negative. Now we have to conclude using the concept. First, take attraction and assume any one thing, either positive or negative. Let's say 1 is positive. If 1 is positive, then 2 must be negative. Why? Because 1 and 2 attraction. So 1 positive means 2 must be negative. So 2 negative means 2 and 4 are attractive. Then 4 must be positive. 4 must be positive. But if you say 4, 1, positive, is it possible that attraction between like charges? Impossible. Yes or no? So there is no question of attraction between 1 and 4. If you assume 1 is negative. 1 is positive. Let's say the other possibility, 1 is negative. Now, two must be positive because they are having attraction. Now 2, 4 both are attraction. Then 4 must be what? Negative. Again same problem came. When you consider 1 positive, 4 came positive according to this data. So 1, 4 must be repulsed. Even if you consider 1 is negative, 4 also coming negative. So then also 1, 4 must repulse. But they have given they are attracting. So attraction is possible in case of electrostatic as well as gravitation. So neutral, if these two are neutral, no charge, then only the attraction is possible. Because if you take positive, if you take negative, in both cases it is coming wrong according to the data what they have given. Please try to understand. Because 1 positive means 4 is also coming positive. Then 1 and 4 should repulse. But they are telling they are attracting. That means they should not have any charge. Then only they will attract. That too due to gravitation. So 1 and 4 both attract. So 1 must be, what should it become? Neutral. So this way you have to check if it is positive whether the data satisfying or not. If it is negative whether the data is satisfying or not. In that way you can understand it. So this way please try to apply the logical oriented thinking towards the conceptual questions. So here the concept is about charge and electrostatic force nature, repulsion and attraction. So such a way they can create a question like anything. So this is the concept of what? Charge. Similar way like Coulomb's law, electric field. Let's see few more questions, right? Now let us take one question related to Coulomb's law. So if we consider the Coulomb's law, what it says? For every set of 2 electric charges, may be positive, may be negative or maybe one positive, one negative. There is always one electrostatic force. That is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square, or else 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught we will write it as a constant k. That is what we have studied. But one thing always you should remember, that you should not take positive negative charge as negative here. Don't substitute it. Substitute negative or positive as positive only magnitude, because only direction changes. Like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. So the direction of force changes when sign changes, but don't take the magnitude different. So never substitute negative charge as negative while calculating electrostatic force or electrostatic field. Now, read the question, understand, then draw the diagram if it is required. Like, two equally charged identical metal spheres A and B repel each other with a force F at a fixed separation R. A third identical but uncharged sphere C is brought in contact with A and then placed at the midpoint of the line joining A and B. See here. So first, if you consider, there are two spheres like A and B. They are separated by a distance R, and the force between them is how much? F. What is the force between them? F. So F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, nothing but K. See here, two equally charged. If this is Q, then this is also Q. Both are same, identical charges. Then Q by R square. So what is the force will become? K Q square by R square. Now, a third identical but uncharged sphere C is brought in contact with A. We have studied type of charging like rubbing, conduction, induction. Once revised. Conduction means what? By touching. When you touch one uncharged and charged, charge will share, like 0 plus Q. Then that will be divided half if they are identical. Or one is plus, one is minus, like 2 and minus 5. Then resultant will become 2 minus 5. So minus 3. That will become half. Or one is 4, one is 6. Then total will become 4 plus 6, 10 when they touch. Then 6 will become equal, 5. Then when you separate, each will get 5. So like that process is called what? Conduction. Same thing is happening here. Now one uncharged one. So 0 charge. Now C kept in contact with A. Here charge 0, here charge Q. And then separated. Then C gets charge Q by 2, A gets charge Q by 2. A is here only. Q you touched, C you touched, brought in contact with A and then placed at the midpoint of the line joining A and B. Now the situation will become like this. A is here, B is here and C is at midpoint. This is R by 2, this is R by 2. Midpoint. After touching with A, then C brought at the midpoint between A and B. Then as I told, C is having charge Q by 2. A is having charge Q by 2. But B is same. Nothing is touched to it. So Q remains as it is. So this is what you have to understand and this is the way you have to approach. So the concept is conduction. Now look at the question. The magnitude of the net electric force on C is. Now they are asking what is the net electrostatic force on C. So how do you find? When you want to find force on one charge, then you have to count how many remaining charges are there. So on this means there is one more. So total 2 other charges are there. and all are same, like charges. So between these two, repulsion. Between these two, repulsion. So total here on C, two forces will be there. Due to A, repulsion, this direction. Due to B, repulsion, this direction. Because this is repulsing. So this way. Force on C due to B. Now this will repulse this way. Force on C due to A. That is this. Now two forces equal in magnitude. Sorry. Two forces opposite in direction means what is the angle? 180 degrees. Then what is the resultant formula? When two vectors A and B, when two vectors A and B are in opposite direction, that is theta 180 degrees between them, then the resultant is either A minus B or B minus A, greater minus smaller. So that I am leaving to you, please finish it. So find FA. FA means force on C due to A, K Q by 2 by R by 2 whole square. Find FB, K Q into Q by 2 divided by R by 2 whole square. Then subtract, greater minus smaller. Suppose if FB is greater than FA, then resultant is this side towards FB. FB minus FA. If FA is greater than FB, then the resultant is FA minus FB. So that way you please try to solve the questions. Right? So I hope you understood and you will complete this one. Let's see one more question. Now let's take one more question related to same Coulomb's law, but multiple charges will come and you need to take care of direction. You need to take care of vector resultant also. See here. Like the question is given, there are three charges Q, minus Q, plus Q are placed at the three corners of an equilateral triangle. Let's take the side length is L. Now what they are asking is find the resultant force on charge placed at A. So this one. I told you that when you want to find resultant force on any one charge, you have to look at the remaining or surrounding number of charges. So except this, if you look at it, 1 and 2, two more charges are there. And each will apply one force on it. So that there is one force on this due to this. There is one force on this due to this. But if you take this combination, these two positive, repulsion. Because this will repulse. But if you take these two opposite, unlike charges, now this will attract. This will attract. Attraction means pulling towards. Repulsion means pushing away. So that way you try to take the direction. So that if you consider this one, there is one force this direction due to this one. Let's take FC. Force on this due to the charge at C. And there is one attraction lead this way. This is force due to charge at B. Now FC is this one. K Q Q by L square. So K Q square by L square. Now FB between these two. I said already, don't take minus Q as minus Q. You have to take plus only. Only direction changed. See, it is not repulsive now, attractive. That's why towards. If it is positive, then direction is upward like this. So direction changes, but not magnitude. So K Q Q by L square. So again K Q square by L square. So this is experiencing two forces and both are same in magnitude but different in direction. Now let us look at the angle between them. See, this one is here like this. This one is like this here. Now, equilateral means this is 60. Now, this total is 180. Then what is this will become? 180 minus 60. How much it will become? 120. The angle between these two is 120. Now, the angle is 120. So, remember and revise once the concept of vector resultant. If theta equal to 120 degrees and both vectors are equal in magnitude, see FC, FB both are equal, then the resultant of A and B is either equal to A or B. Now A is like this, B is like this, angle is 120. Then the resultant is either equal to FC or FB, or else you find the from the formula like A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. But this thing already we discussed. If you revise and if you remember, then it will become easier. It is not a concept now. It is just like a formula, you remember it. If theta 120, what will happen? If theta 90, what will happen? If theta 60, what will happen? Everything we have discussed. If theta 180, what happens? So if you remember all those data, then it will become easier to solve the questions and faster you can do. So that what is the resultant force? KQ square by L square. And my suggestion is, after solving this, take this solution, then take this charge on your own. Try to find the resultant force on minus Q. That means you understood, that means you are enthusiastic to learn something and to do something. It's not like simply you will listen. So please, because you need to try something on your own, then only you will learn the things. If you keep on listening to someone, you will understand the things, but you will not learn the thing. Please, that's why try on your own, then you will get something, right? So this is how you can solve questions based on Coulomb's law, right? So hope you all understood. So I will give assignment based on this only, just these 3 questions. Try to understand properly, solve them once, twice, and then try to attempt the questions based on this, so that you definitely feel better in attempting questions based on Coulomb's law and charge, like conduction, induction, whatever it is, right? So thank you so much. Based on the same thing like electric field, continuation we will discuss in the coming class. Please revise. Please revise everything, right? So thank you so much. So don't forget to revise.